Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Spring 2025 Student Senate Town Hall. My name is Nicole Camacho, and I am Chair for the 2024 through 2025 Student Senate. On behalf of all Student Senate, we greatly appreciate you taking the time to join us this evening, virtually or in person here at West Campus. This event is being live streamed on the Pima Student Engage YouTube page. A link in the recording will be posted on Pima Engage following this event.
Before we begin our program today, we would like to begin with a land acknowledgement. Pima Community College is on the original homelands of the Tohono O'odham people and the Pasquayaki, who have stewarded this land since time immemorial. The practice of acknowledging the land of these sovereign nations brings to the forefront their enduring connection to this land, regardless of historical and current colonization practices. Let's acknowledge that we all benefit from these lands on which we work and learn. I encourage each participant today to learn about the land we inhabit, the tribal communities connected to this land, and the ways in which you can contribute to restorative practices related to land and community.
Thank you, Marisa. Student Senate is responsible for creating a bridge between the student body and the college administration. Events such as this allows us just to do that. Student Senate hosts a town hall a minimum of once a semester. Our goal is to create and maintain open lines of communication between students and leadership. In honor of this goal, I would like to invite Pima Community College's Vice President of Student Affairs, Dr. Suzanne Desjardins, to the stage for a welcome address on behalf of all PCC students leadership that are here with us today.
Everyone. Whoops, am I not on? Hello, there we go. Hello, everyone, welcome. My name is Dr. Suzanne Desjardins, and I'm the Vice President for Student Affairs, and our division includes oversight for advising, counseling, virtual student services, access and disability services, student conduct, student Title IX, first-year experience, student life, and clubs and organizations, and of course, our fabulous Student Senate. Our student senators are practicing shared governance and demonstrating their collective advocacy and leadership skills in planning, organizing, and facilitating this event. As such, I especially want to recognize your amazing student senators: Nicole Camacho, Marisa Piñon Manriquez, Samir Azizi, Jasmine Acosta, and Miguel Sepulveda de Saracho. Thank you all so much for your leadership. Additionally, I'd be remiss if I did not recognize our stellar student life team, lead coordinator Connor McNitt, Ariana Reese, Mike Lopez, Talea Taumanu, and Nikeli Federico, along with Director Valerie Vidal-King, our Dean of Students Jennifer Madrid, and all of our mentors to the Student Senate and our peer mentors who are all participating today in this leadership event and in partnering to offer this town hall. We meet regularly with student leadership to gain perspectives and insights, and they have really helped us to look at better understanding the student experience. As a leader at the college, I can share with you that we are all committed to making sure that our support and our services are what you need to be successful and meet your expectations. Everything we do here at Pima Community College is with the learners we serve in mind, and our intention is to identify and help all of you to be successful in overcoming obstacles and reaching your goals. Last, I would like to thank the college administrators who are here tonight and support you in these goals. If you can all please stand when I read your name so our students know who you are in case they wish to speak with you after this event. Our student experience administrators, Chief of Police Michelle Niewenhouse, Dr. David Ariano, and Dr. Jeff Thies. Our campus vice presidents, Dr. Aubrey Conover and Dr. Brian Stewart. Our academic deans, James Gray and Dana Rose. And representing district administration, Dr. Dolores Duran Cerda, Dr. Michael Parker, Dr. Morgan Phillips, and Michael Amick. Thank you all. I look forward to the continued conversation and turning it back over to you, Zamir. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that welcome. Welcome, Dr. Desjardins. Thanks for joining us this evening. We would like to begin the program of today with introduction of our Student Senate cohort. I'll start by myself. My name is Zamir Azizi. I'm currently studying cybersecurity, and I'll be graduating in December 2025. And I currently hold a marketing officer position and represent downtown campus. Thank you. I'll pass it to my fellow Student Senate.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jasmine. My pronouns are she, her. I'm currently studying liberal arts and will graduate this semester. I currently hold the Student Senate position and represent the Pima Online campus. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nicole Camacho. My pronouns are she, her. I am currently studying liberal arts and will graduate this May. I currently hold the chair position, and I represent the downtown campus as well.
Hello, everyone. My name is Marisa Piñón Manriquez. My pronouns are she, her. I'm currently studying microbiology and will graduate this semester. I currently hold the co-chair and all college council representative positions and represent the West Campus.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Miguel Ángel Sepúlveda Saracho. I am currently studying anthropology and will graduate in 2028. I currently hold the Student Senate Project Leader position as well as Board of Governors representative and represent the East Campus.
This now leads us to the next section, the audience Q&A with our in-person attendees. We have a microphone where you can pose a question or make a comment. In order to ensure that we're able to get to each person who wants to make a comment or pose a question, we will be timing this section. I will assist with timing the remaining questions or comments and our responses. Each person will have 2 minutes to pose their question or make a comment, and we will spend a maximum of 5 minutes answering the question. I will give 30-second warning for questions, comments, and answers. Student Senate will try our best to answer questions that are posed. We are thankful to have PCC leadership here today to assist with expert knowledge on topics that may arise.
Earlier this semester, Student Senate created a forum for students to submit topics, questions, and comments around their experience here at Pima Community College. We will go through each question and provide comments and answers to them. As we mentioned earlier, our goal with today's event is to maintain open lines of communication between students and leadership. We have been fortunate to have leadership from all across the college be here this evening to ensure we have the best person at the college to address the student comments and questions.
And before we get into our questions section, we just wanted to take a chance to welcome Dr. Dolores Duran Cerda, who is the Vice Chancellor for Student Excellence and Community Engagement, and just wanted to give her an opportunity to address the group. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me all right? Yes, excellent. Well, thank you for inviting all of us to join in this conversation with our student leadership and with all of us, and thank you for joining us, those of you who are here virtually. This is a wonderful space. This is the new Center of Excellence for Health Professions, the community room, and you are inaugurating it with the student town hall, because before we had it in different areas of the West Campus. So this was made for all of you. This is because we want to be student ready as a college, right? Instead of the college expecting students to be college ready. So this is part of it, having that conversation, that dialogue, understanding what your needs are, your expectations and how we can support all of you as you achieve your goals and your accomplishments and representing the voice of students. We want to elevate the student voice and make sure that you do get whatever you need and support. So I've had the privilege of meeting with the student senators in my new role as Vice Chancellor of Student Excellence and Community Engagement, and I asked them certain questions. What is it that we need? What's been missing at the college? And we talked about several topics, expectations. So I think this is a perfect time for you to ask us questions and for us to understand where you want education to go in the future, community college education. And thank you again for your drive, the hygiene drive. I know it's been very successful, and it's a great project that's benefiting all students in our community. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you for creating this space and this conversation. And thank you all for being here.
All right, so to begin our question section, we're going to start with questions aimed specifically at the senators. And so our first question is, what is Student Senate? And this is going to be addressed by Miguel.
Thank you, Connor. Student Senate functions to advocate the common interest of students. That's what we do. We do this by going to Pima Community College administration and leadership on your behalf regarding questions, comments, concerns, and any needs that students may have in their experience at Pima Community College. Additionally, we have seats on various committees, councils, and the governing board in order to ensure that these student needs are being represented. A more straightforward answer that I give to my fellow students when they ask me in the hallway is, Student Senate is the voice of the students. And the way we are able to do that is by functioning as a bridge. We might not be able to solve students' problems, but we will definitely want to find someone who can. And that's what Student Senate is, representing the voice of the students.
Thank you so much, Miguel, for your answer. And kind of a second part to that question is, how can I join? So Jasmine, can you tell us how some student can join Student Senate?
Yeah, I'd love to. Becoming a student senator is an opportunity for professional development and leadership experiences. A senator term is 1 academic year from July to June, and applications and elections are opened every spring semester with the exception of vacancies that may open during this academic year. Each campus can have up to 2 representatives, which include Desert Vista, Downtown, East, Northwest, Online, and the West Campus, with the exception of the ABEC campus, which has 1 representative that they appoint. You can talk to any one of us or a student life coordinator if you're interested in joining. Applications and elections are held through Pima Engage. The application for the 2025-2026 Student Senate cohort is now live on Pima Engage for you to check it out.
All right, thank you very much, Jasmine. So we're going to move on to our second topic, and this one is for communication. So this question is going to be addressed by all of the senators, and the senators have actually been part of different task force, basically trying to gather data from the student perspective on what are best ways to communicate. So the question for all the senators is, how can the college best or most effectively communicate with students? And like I said, we'll have each of the senators address that.
Thank you for the opportunity. There are several ways that really works for students to stay communicated and connected with the college. As a student, personally, I'd prefer communication to my professors, emails, and announcements that are posted on D2L. Those are the best ways and effective ways to communicate professor and the students. Since there's a lot of online classes and most of the students don't usually come to the class in person, and they take their classes online. So any online versions like Pulse app and emails and D2L announcements are the very great communications that I think, and it always has been great. Thank you.
Another thing that, well, communication of college and students is a reciprocate relationship, right? And we have to think of the different kinds of communications that we're referring to. And from what I found from my own personal experience and from what I've gathered from students, is we really want to talk to people in real life. What Zamir just said is very true, and Pima Community College has a lot of online students, and emailing specifically to refer to your professor is a great way to do that. But also, and I encourage students a lot to talk to staff in campus. That was the way I got into Student Senate, talking to staff, asking questions, and that way communication is very good, and it's a very, very big strength in Pima and their staffs. So yes, I encourage students to talk to staff. They're very good.
I would kind of like to piggyback off what my fellow senators are saying. I feel like professors do hold this big part when it comes to communication throughout Pima. I feel like they can direct you on where you need to go for specific issues and where to find assignments and things if you're doing online classes. But if we're talking about the media that we're doing communication, I feel like emails or text messaging would work the best. The Pulse app is also pretty useful when it comes to seeing what due dates are coming up.
I think the most effective way to communicate with students are announcements from D2L. Every student has to log in and do their assignments in there, so I think it's very effective. Also, emails and text messages would be nice. I can't leave my house without checking my emails, so I think it's a big factor that plays in.
Going off of what Nicole said, I do believe the D2L announcements page is very useful for students. It is the first page that opens when you log into D2L, no matter what class you're taking. But also text messages from different college sources and knowing which sources those are coming from specifically would be very useful. We do get the PCC alerts, so that kind of helps us know when there's emergencies on each campus. And so something like that might be useful to students to kind of get big announcements out really quickly.
Thank you, Senators. Our second question for this topic is, how is the college working to address the overflow of emails students receive? And that question will be answered by Dr. David Ariano.
Good evening, student senators. So I love this question, and I think when I think about the question that was posed to us is we recently did a survey of our student body, and about 1,000 respondents came back and said, we like the email communication, but we want it more concise and we want it specific to us. So some of the things we've been doing with our communications is making sure that if we're emailing you, that it's specific to you, that you're part of that audience, so it's relevant. I think we all know, we all check emails. We want to know the emails that are for us so that we can take action or get that information. And so with that, we're trying to make sure that we're having that protocol in place across the college. The other piece that I think about when this question was asked is, what are those overflow or overwhelming emails that you're getting from a student perspective? Is it from our partners? Is it from our vendors? Is it from certain units at the college? Because we want to make sure that you're getting the relevant information, that you're getting it at a frequency that is not overwhelming, that you're getting it throughout the time period of the week, and not all at once. So there's a lot of pieces in place to improve that and minimize the, I would say, the overflow. But also, when I think about it, it's how do we solve that at the more specific level? And so I really appreciate this question and the feedback you've given in your responses. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that answer, Dr. Ariano. The next question we're going to move on to is how can we make it easier to get in contact with different program advisors, program instructors? And this question is going to be addressed by Dr. Michael Parker, the Acting Vice Provost of Academic Affairs.
Thank you. And it depends upon the program. The first place that I would suggest that you go if you're looking for contact information for program instructors, nursing, or whatever it happens to be, you can go to our program web pages, and each one of those has contact information. If you're not, and if I think all of you identified as being in associate of arts, liberal arts, anthropology, or something like that, you will find a contact page for the liberal arts. But then it depends also what you want to do. If it's the anthropology, that will direct you to the Dean of Humanities, Social Sciences, and Education, their office. But if you're looking for the specific ones that you want to go into anthropology, you want to do sociology, I think the best way to contact them probably is through your classes. Look on the schedule of classes and see who the instructors are who are teaching. They'll be your first introduction to the discipline and to the program. But those would be the different areas that I would take a look at, certainly. Is those program web pages with list contact information. And then if it's that broader category, like the Associate of Liberal Arts, that's not going to be within a single division. But I would go to the discipline faculty there, whether it's the sociology, that history, writing, English, whatever it happens to be. So I think that's your best bet. In addition to that, many of our CTE programs, career and technical education programs, will host orientations that you can attend. If you're just looking for something that you're interested in, you express an interest in it, and then they'll have open houses just like this so that you can learn more about the program and then get acquainted with the faculty. But really your best place to do that, I think, again, and to make that personal contact, is to sign up for a course that's something that you're interested in. If it's one of those little arts programs, and I expect to find that the faculty are very willing and thrilled skinny to have you demonstrate some interest in the things that they care most about. So that's what I would suggest.
All right, everybody. So moving on to our next question. This question is going to ask, how is the Student Senate making sure that student voices are heard? And this question will be addressed by Dr. Suzanne Desjardins, our Vice President of Student Affairs.
All right, so I got my trusty notes because this is my chance to sing the praises of our awesome Student Senate. And I'm going to talk to the audience that we're live streaming to right now. So you heard Miguel Angel talk about what is Student Senate and what they do. You've heard from our senators directly about the different service roles they play on different committees. But our Senate is super active. They hold office hours around the whole college, virtually and in person, to make sure that they are engaging with our student body and making sure they are bringing forward concerns, feedback, input to important decision making, and really being your advocate. Additionally, we have a system called Pima Engage. I think a lot of you already know about it, but that is where we post important information about events happening on campus. That is where our Student Senate posts their monthly meetings. They meet twice a month, and that is where they open the invitation for anyone to join their meetings. They also post their agendas and their meeting minutes, so it's another way to make sure they are carrying forward the voice of the student body with concerns or issues that need to be addressed or questions. Additionally, as you heard, they serve on college committees like All College Council. This spring, we had the Improving Communication Committee. You heard about some of the results of that committee. Those are just a couple of examples. We also have Miguel Angel as our governing board representative, taking forward the monthly report from the Senate, addressing our Board of Governors as needed. They also meet with the Dean of Students, Jennifer Madrid, myself as Vice President of Student Affairs, our Vice Chancellor for the Student Experience, our Chancellor, our Provost, our campus Vice Presidents. They are meeting regularly with administrators at all levels across the college to make sure, again, they are bringing forward issues, concerns, and input to large decisions. And I believe this is the last perfect example of how they bring your voices forward. So not only did they put out a survey to ask all students and learners to participate, but they provided space for folks to come in person, ask open questions, and again, be your voice and your advocates. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Desjardins. And yes, as she pointed out, for all of our speakers, we do have a live stream, so feel free to speak to that camera right in the middle of the room as well. So our next question is there a place on campus for general questions on what Pima offers in terms of socializing with peers, what to be cautious of, who to contact for certain needs, etc.? Will any of these be addressed by Pima in the future? And this question will be answered by West Campus Vice President, Dr. Aubrey Conover.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of interpretation with some of these to try and get a sense of what the question might mean. So wishing there was a place for general questions about socializing with peers. I mean, probably the best place to start is student life. They really have a grasp on clubs, events, activities, different organizations that go on. Of course, we have different peer groups across the college, whether that be our athletes, our artists performing in different ways on campus. But I think student life would be a great place to kind of start that interaction. What to be cautious of? I'm going to interpret this a little bit, maybe about how to be safe when you're engaging with new people, new groups, whether it be online or in person. You know, student life is a great place as well. Our advisors out of student affairs could help guide you. And kind of, you know, going to the next one, if there's certain needs or if you have any concerns, you know, many of our offices can get you going in the right place. Student life, again, I know it's a little repetitive. The Vice President's office can also be a resource. We can connect you with resources both within our community here and the external community. And then in space in general, I would say, the CVPs are constantly looking at space and trying to create an environment that is more engaging for students. One of the things we're working on here is at West Campus, as many of you know, we have the smallest student life center and the biggest student population. So over the next couple of months, next year, we have the opportunity to re-envision some of the spaces that we have and how we can engage more students. So, and I know all the CVPs are looking at their spaces. Some are outstanding and some we have more opportunities. So we'll continue that. And as you have ideas for space, if you have ideas for ways we can engage students, please let your student senators know, let the CVPs know, because that is always something that we're looking at. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that answer, Dr. Conover. We're going to move on to our next topic. This topic is student IDs. This question will be addressed by Dr. Suzanne Desjardins. Thank you for coming back up. And the question is, can students now get a physical PCC ID card?
Yes, the answer is yes, and we are super excited. So last fall, in August, we launched the virtual ID. We've had almost 1,000 students participate in that. That is actually the default we want to move to. So we're trying to be a green college, ignore my notes, and be sustainable. And so that is really in line with what other colleges and universities do around the country, is really use that virtual digital ID. However, we also recognize some students may not have access to a smartphone or just may need a physical ID for whatever their own personal reasons are. So that service is now available. It is available by appointment at the downtown campus. We don't have plans to scale that across the college, again, because we're trying to be sustainable as a green college, and virtual still is that default, the virtual ID. We have a web page dedicated to student IDs. It's PCC-student ID, all one word, at Pima EDU. Actually, that is the email address to email to make an appointment. And the ID page is available on the Pima website. You can just actually put in the search engine student IDs, and it'll pop up with all of the information about student IDs. So we're really excited. We just started issuing them within the last week or so. But again, really wanting folks to use that digital as much as possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Desjardins. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next topic, which is the college's commitment to inclusion. How is the college showing our commitment to inclusion given the current political environment? And this will be answered by Dr. Brian Stewart.
Thank you. It's a great question. First thing to recognize is that there's very, very little that can happen at a national or local level that's going to change the mission, the vision, the behaviors, the commitments that any school has. Because those are embedded in people, they're not embedded in words and those kind of things. So at Pima, we have a long history of being very much committed to being part of the entire community. And I would say that's probably to our detriment, right? Trying to be all things to all people at all times is a challenge. That hasn't changed for us, and that will most likely not change. That doesn't mean that there will not be things that make it harder for us because of a lack of resources, but it doesn't change who we are and what we do. So we're continuing doing the things. We have Student Life, amazing organization that does all the different celebrations and all the recognitions and all the other things that we do throughout the year. We have the big things that we continue to do with welcome backs and graduations and all those other connection activities. So those things continue as they have been. But more importantly, I think as we're moving forward, what we want to think about is the small things. So I had this amazing opportunity to chat with a student a few weeks ago before I knew what these questions were, this was coming. And they came to me because they wanted to share with me just how amazing some of the faculty and staff had been with them. They had a lot of challenges. They're graduating in May, and I'm looking forward to be able to give them their graduation certificate. But what they wanted to talk to me about was the fact that it wasn't big things that created inclusion. It wasn't big actions. It was the small, everyday commitment to being engaged. It was the faculty who talked to them. It was the advisor who gave them that extra resource. It was all those other things that don't require a pocketbook, that don't require somebody outside saying something. They're just how we treat one another. And at the college, we are very committed to what we call our culture of care. This is not new, it has been here for a long time, but we're reinvesting in it, and we were doing that before any of the current stuff is happening. And what it really speaks to is an organization that genuinely is interested in the hard conversations in a way that is really the most civil and the most connected, so that we can really grow and support each other as a community. That is ultimately what we do. And that is inclusion at its heart. And I can't thank that student enough for giving that little note and reminding me that it is the small things, it's not always the big grand gestures that really create inclusive spaces. So thank you very much for the question.
Thank you for that thoughtful answer, Dr. Stewart. We're going to move on to our next topic. This topic is course availability at all campuses. So the question posed for this one is, can we ensure all classes are offered at each campus? And this question will be addressed by Dr. Michael Parker, Acting Vice Provost for Academic Affairs.
Thank you. The short answer is no, we can't. Many of the courses that we offer have specific facilities requirements. So if you're in applied industrial technology, those are all going to be at the downtown campus. Or here, we've located all of our health professions courses at the West Campus as part of our Centers of Excellence efforts. And those Centers of Excellence locate everything and provide the very best facilities, so we can't do that everywhere. But if, like most students are like you and they're in the liberal arts program, we can't offer, even if there aren't specific facilities requirements, because we don't necessarily have the faculty to teach all of the courses. We can't offer every sociology course at every single campus because we don't necessarily have the faculty to do that. What we can offer for you, and what we certainly strive to do, is to make sure as part of fulfilling those general education requirements, you are able to take something that will fill them. So if you can't take a sociology course, we want to make sure that you take a psychology course so that you can fulfill that social behavioral science requirement. So it would be nice if we could offer every single course at every single campus, but we just don't have the capacity to do that, or to be perfectly honest, the money to do that, because that would probably end up meaning that we we would have lots and lots of courses with very, very few students, and that wouldn't necessarily be a good educational experience for you. You want to get opportunities to do some sort of interactive work with your peers. So, no, that's, short answer, and I probably could have just said that. No, we can't. No, take it and be happy. But we do make efforts to ensure that you can complete your degrees at most of the campuses, in particular those liberal arts ones. And if there isn't one way to fulfill that requirement, we'll try and make sure that there is another way for you to do so. And then, of course, we've got Pima Online. So if you want to take an online course, you don't have to be at a specific campus. So I wish I could say we could do all of it, but we'll do our very best to make sure that you are able to complete your degree at campus.
I'm just going to take this off. Okay, thank you, Dr. Parker. Our next topic is going to be advising. So our question is, what steps have been taken to improve communication between advisors and students? And Dr. Suzanne Desjardins will answer this.
All right, the last time you're going to see me up here. So again, taking my notes, I'm excited to talk about this. We've made a lot of improvements in this last academic year. You can see a lot of that on the Pima EDU advising webpage, but these are some of the things that we've done. So we've organized that page so that it's easy for students to find what they're looking for if they're a new student or a continuing student, how to connect directly to their program advisor or counselor, their assigned advisor, their enrollment advisor. So we've got same-day callbacks, we've got walk-ins, and now drop-in advising for program advising and counseling teams 2 days a week. We also have 24/7 virtual services for advising general questions and for counseling support, which is that free service that's on our counseling webpage. For therapy, up to 6 sessions per issue per year. So it's an amazing resource along with a whole portal that's available in the MyPima channel. In addition, we have worked really hard on communication. You heard Dr. Arellano talk about that. You heard Miguel Angel talk about that, and some of your other senators. So you have a better understanding of how we take the student experience and the things they're sharing with us about what they need and want, what you all need and want, from that survey of 997 students that we did this spring to really inform how we need to be better and how we can do more to really give our students what they need in the ways they need to connect to their advising teams. We also offer group advising sessions. Those are also on the webpage. And we work closely with our deans and our faculty leads so that we can actually be available during information sessions that faculty host with the deans for the academic programs. And we also work very closely with Student Life and First Year Experience to host engagement events like Career Cafe and like Popcorn with a Program, where we highlight specific areas across the college, the academic programs, what careers are available, what resources are available, and put front and center the employees our students need to talk to that are the subject matter expertise. So those are some of the ways we've improved communication. In addition, we've been doing text messaging. We have a chat bot. We do emails. We reach out to folks to invite them to come do an academic planner with their advisor. We reach out several times a semester, so advisors have caseloads that they're reaching out to continually, in addition to all these other ways they're accessible. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that answer. We're going to move on to our 8th topic. This one is going to be focusing on college and grant-funded positions. So the question is, how will grant-funded programs such as TRIO be affected by the president's actions? And this question will be addressed by Dr. Aubrey Conover, Campus Vice President for West Campus.
It's all good. So the quick answer is we have no idea. Every day there are new changes coming out, and we're doing our best to address them. The good news is that so far, none of the actions have impacted the grants. That's not saying that there won't be some in the future. Other part of the good news, historically, these grants have been supported on both sides of the aisle, so that does give us some hope that they will continue to be supported and advocated for by both sides of the aisle. I will tell you that the college as a whole has a group that meets every week. We come together with high-level administrators from all the areas of the college, along with some of our government relation folks, and we talk about what have we heard, what's come out officially, what are we hearing through some of our colleagues and some of our networks? How can we be prepared? If this happens, what would be the impact and what can the college do to help support our students and staff that might be impacted? So those conversations are ongoing and will continue as long as we're in this time of change. And we're just hopeful that we can continue as many of these valuable programs as possible.
Thank you, Dr. Conover. Okay, so the final topic is a question for our lovely senators. So why did you choose to come to Pima Community College? And we'll start with Zamir and then we'll just go down the line.
Thank you so much for the great question. Well, there was so many factors that I chose Pima over the other institutions. Personally, me as a first-gen student and also an immigrant, I tried to go to the U of A actually, but it didn't really match my needs. So I started from Pima, from the ESL program. If you don't know, English is second language. And after I graduated from ESL, I wanted to start, but I wasn't sure to start my degree in associate. Later on, I discovered that there are some really good programs that Pima offers, and the support, it was really the support that Pima offers for students just like me, first-gen students, and also the affordability. It's really affordable, more than Pima, so that was the reasons that I started Pima. Thank you.
So my answer is very similar to Zamir's. I'm also a first-generation student, and to be honest, I did in the past try and go to an out-of-state university, but I found very quickly that it wasn't for me. I feel that Pima, because it's a little bit smaller than universities, there's more time and acknowledgement for the students involved. I also, because I'm first generation, I don't have a lot of funds for universities, so I feel like this was a good first step for both of those to feel the college experience and also to get an education.
There are many reasons why I chose Pima Community College. One being closer to the community here at Tucson. I learned so much about the city and so much about the people here. And I also love to help the community here, students. And this was one of the best colleges here to help. I did look through the university when I graduated high school, and I saw that they don't really help the community as much as Pima does, and that was one of my goals for graduating high school, is helping the community, helping the students as much as I could, and that's why I chose Pima.
So me personally, I actually began college at the University of Arizona. The transition to college in a university setting was very overwhelming. The class sizes were huge, the support was very, very small. Knowing who to talk to and where to go it was like a puzzle trying to figure it out. So I stopped going to school there. And I looked into Pima Community College a little bit later, and the support, the affordability, the smaller class sizes, and the connections that you get to build here before you even start anything is amazing, and that's why I chose PCC.
I'm going to get a little bit personal. This is a personal question. I was born and raised in Mexico, Culiacán, Sinaloa, Mexico. And when I finished high school, I didn't take a normal route and didn't go straight to college. I always knew I wanted to, but I didn't at first. In fact, I became an English teacher back in Mexico. And after a year, I knew I had to go to college. And me being a person, I've always been a person that likes to do stuff. So in high school, I was involved in the psychology team, the debate club, all of that. And so I had to find a place that not only I could afford, but one that could give me the tools and one that could give me the opportunities for me to hang on to and do what I want to do, which is stuff like this specifically. Student Senate is a great opportunity that Pima gave to me, and coming to Tucson, Arizona and Pima Community College was the best decision I've ever made. So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you to all the students who submitted a question through our form. The next section of the program will be our campus updates. During this time, we will each have 5 minutes to share an update on what has been occurring this semester to our respective campuses, as well as an update on what we have been doing as a campus senator during our term. In preparation for this town hall, we each had a sit-down meeting with our vice president to discuss the campus and any projects or initiatives that are occurring at our campus. Nicole Camacho, Downtown Campus Senator and Senate Chair, will start us off for this section.
So my name's Nicole Camacho. I represent the downtown campus. One of the updates I have for you all are the repainting on the walls in the Student Services Building, the CC Building, and in the hallways of the SL Building. In June, the Student Advising Area will be located due to the painting. The painting will be painted the Pima Community College colors, which are white, orange, and blue. The college is doing the necessary work to demolish the motels along the Dratchman Road, and the ST West renovation is coming along very well and will be finished by the end of August, hopefully.
Thank you so much. I'm Zamir. I'm also representing Downtown Campus. I got some extra updates for you. The bike path cutting to the west side parking lot expected to be finished by June of this year. We also have new coffee vending machines that are pretty nice, and they're located in the student seating areas. So make sure to check them out. And also, you can get a digital student ID through Pima website, as mentioned earlier. And if you needed a physical ID, you can reach out to PCC student ID at pima.edu. Thank you so much.
Hello there. In regards to the Desert Vista campus, there will be a ribbon cutting ceremony for the new Hospitality Leadership Center of Excellence on Friday, April 25th, 2025 at 3 p.m. New facilities named the Culinary Bistro will have a grab-and-go restaurant space and an upscale-like restaurant space. Desert Vista is also exploring the option of offering 8-week courses to our students. They have moved the Veterans Center to the previous surgical technician room. Financial aid will be moved to the J buildings. And the child care program campus is also at capacity, and there is hope to expand one day to other campuses other than Desert Vista.
Hello, everybody. Regarding the East Campus, we have a new suite of faculty offices that is currently currently under construction on the East Campus, and we are expecting to have this project finished within the next couple of weeks, the next few weeks at least, and this will provide improved workspace to support faculty and academic services. We also have significant HVAC upgrades. Specifically, the E5 building has had a significant improvement in the installation of a large-scale chiller to enhance climate control and energy efficiency, not only in the E5 building, but the ones around it. The veterinary technology building also has an HVAC system upgrade. It's being fully replaced, and yeah, this will ensure better functionality and comfort for students and staff. Food trucks, April schedule, we have the confirmed lineup for food trucks for the month of April. A variety of excellent vendors will be on campus, providing diverse and high-quality food options, and also very affordable options for the East Campus community. We encourage everyone to take advantage of these offerings. A lot, they're good. And the duck hunt event, the annual duck hunt event is taking place in the East Campus currently. It started on April 7th, and it's gonna go through the 10th. Students are invited to participate in this activity. It's very fun, it's engaging, it's campus-wide, and you can win prizes and connect with fellow students. That's all I have for East Campus.
All right, so I'll be reading the updates for the Northwest Campus, our beautiful campus. Northwest Campus is constantly looking for the ways to engage students on campus, such as the Learning Center, library, student life, veteran space, hangout. If you have suggestion, you can contact Ms. Talea Tomano or the campus VP office. Also, the Learning Center and B203 room continues to offer free tutoring services Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Fridays. We also offer walk-in advising appointments only, available Monday 2 to 4 p.m. and Thursdays 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Northwest Campus will now have a financial aid advisor and registrator representative available to meet with students for in-person appointments on Monday and Wednesdays. Also, Northwest Campus will host a STEAM Family and Research Symposium night on May 2nd from 5 to 8 p.m. Student Senate Hygiene Drive on April 30th, 12 to 2 p.m. Will be there, and we also always seek for student feedbacks. We also seek a new food truck recommendation for Northwest Campus, specifically food trucks who are frequently at the northwest area of the town. Thank you so much.
So I will also be reading off the updates for the Pima Online campus. Currently, the Pima Online data we have is just under 50% of the college enrollment is online and virtual. There are 6,100 students who are taking exclusively online classes in the spring semester. There is also the Strive Online grant updates. The Strive Online Title V grant is in the middle of its second year of the 5 years. The grant supports a 5-year plan to enhance online student support and success through various strategies, including staffing, technology implementation, peer mentoring, and faculty development. The total award of the grant is $3 million. There's also a new website called Connect to Learn. It is a virtual communities platform offered in online classes that have an embedded success coach. Students are able to chat with their peers, ask questions, connect through virtual study groups, etc., similar to Discord. Students are currently viewing a lot of the information and other students' questions and responses, but we're still trying to help them to be aware of what the platform can do for them. There's also the peer mentoring program, which is a new program beginning this summer/fall that will match mentors with mentees, recruiting mentors who have taken online classes at PCC and want to help new students starting at PCC. volunteer unpaid opportunities for mentors, basically. And mentors and mentees will connect through an app and decide how much interactions they want to have and the topics they want to discuss as well. There's also online coaching, which has now 4 dedicated coaches to support students taking online courses. Most courses that have embedded coaches are those in the beginning of students' pathways like reading or writing, math. There's also the campaign to boost retention. In March, the online student success team reached out to more than 200 students who were enrolled in online courses in the fall, but weren't taking any in the spring semester. A few students planned on enrolling in second 8-week courses, but most were interested in taking summer or fall. And lastly, there's the Pima Online Educators Conference. The 2025 Pima Online Educators Conference will occur in the late October 2025. The goal this year is to center the event on students with a focus on change, growth, and human connection. Thank you.
Hello, I'll be giving the updates for the ABEC campus. ABEC is hosting career and resource fairs at the 29th Street Learning Center on April 30th from 4 to 7 p.m. and at the El Rio Learning Center on Wednesday, May 7th, 2025, also from 4 to 7 p.m. At these events, students will learn about PCC and community resources and learn about new job opportunities. I will also be giving the West Campus updates. So for our athletics, women's and men's basketball have completed their season and placed second and third respectively. Other sports are finishing their seasons and starting playoffs. For fine arts, many performances in the coming weeks, including the Guitar Festival on April 12th, the Student Art Show April 16th, Pima Dance Spring Performance May 2nd, and Mariachi Performance May 9th, and many more to come. Summer enrollment is up 20% year to date. As for some future plans during the summer, we're looking at combining the bookstore and cafe. The fashion design lab is going to be expanded to include a second classroom. The parking lot resurfacing is almost complete, so we'll have our parking spaces back. And West Campus continues to evaluate available spaces across the campus for better use for student success.
Thank you for all those updates. I would also like to thank all of our campus vice presidents for making time for us in order to prepare for this event and ensuring that student needs and concerns are top priority. Thank you so much.
Okay, hello, sorry, okay. Regarding the Student Senate project, I will talk a little bit about that. And during each term for Student Senate, we are required, we're responsible to create a project that can range from either a gift that we make for the campuses or a project that is addressing any sort of concerns that we think should be addressed and that we can. So for this year, what we did is us in the Student Senate partnered with the ARC Food Pantry and the college hygiene closets to host pop-up hygiene drives at each of the PCC's 5 campuses. Thanks to the very generous donations from PCC staff, faculty, and students, we are able to stock the hygiene closets at the East, Northwest, and downtown campuses. We were also able to donate supplies to the ARC pantries at the Desert Vista and right here at the West Campus. And through this project, we've learned the importance of ARC Food Pantry program, and we highly encourage continued donations to help supply our students with our daily necessities. And so, before we end today's event, are there any more questions or comments from the audience? If that's If there are no additional questions, then we can move on to the end of today's event. Thank you all for your comments and questions, and just for coming here. Thank you. I will pass this to Nicole.
Thank you again to everyone that was able to join us virtually or in person here at West Campus. We greatly appreciate the support we have received from faculty, staff, and administrators at PCC with regards to today's event. In addition to this, thank you to our fellow students who took the time to submit questions, join us virtually, or come here to the West Campus today to attend the town hall.
Student Senate represents the interests of PCC students. Don't forget you have the opportunity to have your voice heard at the beginning of each regular meeting and can attend all Student Senate meetings. Our meetings are hosted virtually on Mondays from 1 to 2 p.m. Our next working meeting is scheduled for Monday, April 21st from 1 to 2 p.m. You can access our meeting schedule, upcoming events, upcoming agendas, and meeting minutes on our Pima Engage page. You may also contact us directly through our Pima Engage page or visit your local Student Life Center to obtain your student senator's contact information.
With that last update, the Student Senate Spring 2025 Town Hall has now concluded. There are snacks and drinks for all you to enjoy. This event has been recorded and will be accessible via our Pima Engage page and through the Pima Student Engagement YouTube page. Thank you.
All right, folks, so that is the end of today's event. I really just want to take one more chance to please give a round of applause to our fabulous student senators. They put so much hard work getting these updates, attending classes, everything else. So we're extremely proud of this group, and thanks for everything y'all do. But as they said, there's snacks, drinks in the back there. Please help yourself. If you are interested in collaborating with Student Senate, please reach out as well. But we thank y'all for your time. And again, one more time for our wonderful student senators. Okay. All right.
See y'all.